no, there's this to the corner. What the fuck? Second place, and Goku's just falling down the order now as well as Hero gets up into P3. Pepper's gonna go down the inside for the lead here in Indianapolis. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here in the beautiful city of Miami at Homestead. I am once again joined by my good old friend, War.
Hello there.
I, for some reason, thought you just weren't gonna say anything. You were gonna leave me in the dust.
No, I'm here.
Well, we are here, obviously, at Homestead Raceway. Should be a pretty good race. It's almost flat out through all of these corners. Almost. You do have to lift quite a bit, so I do think we're gonna see quite a bit of pack racing, which has not gone well, and DSA has absolutely destroyed Defoe there. Off to a good start here. Some big news for the championship this season. Our current one of the championship contenders and the leader of the championship for a majority of the season, Yeetie, will be out for the rest of the season after suffering a skill issue related injury in Iowa, which we were not able to broadcast. Just unfortunate to hear for him to see those championship hopes come to an end in such a way, and suddenly we turn into nighttime as this race will be under the non-existent lights. And well, I haven't broadcasted here in quite a while, so I'm actually still trying to figure out what to do. Do you want to go over the qualifying order while we have time, Mr. War?
Sure thing, can do. So we'll start with Doge taking pole position, Finji taking second, Anna is taking third, Pepper is fourth, Useless after him, Lil Man fifth, King sixth, Daniel seventh, Zero eighth, Train Pig, Nathan, Cynical taking 9th, 10th, and 11th. 12th we have Fanta, sorry, Kimmy after him, and Neymar taking the final position.
Yeah.
Actually, correct then. I've noticed something, sorry. Lil Man actually is not joining us on the grid today, is he?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's that all about. I'll be 100% honest. I saw he's still here, he's still in game and everything. It's just he was not allowed to race for something. I don't remember. I guess a wall riding violation, maybe. But here we go. Pace lap here at Homestead. Not quite under the lights, as we were told, but close enough, I think, that I don't think anyone will care. We will ride on board with Dilge, as I was about to say we go green this time by, but race control says we will be going green next time. So an aborted race start already, which is always a good sign to start off the race weekend.
Truly a great sign.
But that will give me some time to mess with the camera angles we have here, I guess. Might as well take that advantage while I have it. We will sit just above turn 1 here, waiting for this race to go green. And I mean, I do think it is going to be a good race. I just think that it's not going to be good in the sense of the racing itself. It'll be more fun for us here in the booth. Much like Atlanta was, even though Atlanta at the end was pure chaos. But moving on from all of that, we get ready to go
Taking
green.
control.
We get ready to go green, and we are green here in Miami. And I do believe Dilja's gotten a good start, so as finds the Annas, I think, might have gotten just a little bit of a better start. The tick marker there still reads yellow, but now it says green. Actually, I think Dilj might have went a little bit too high in turn 1 and 2, and I think that's put really everyone in front of him. The draft might be really powerful around here. I was not able to attend the so-called data days, as I like to call them, so you're not really able to tell what's happening because of the lag, but I do believe Pepper in on us now. Oh god, contact there. Pepper up into the wall almost. Dilge definitely into the wall. A lot of contact from everyone, but everyone is still going, so no yellow as of yet. We'll go on board with Anaz if the game will let me. And now Usus is up into P2, started around P4 or 5 if I remember. So definitely decent start from him for his race as well. I mean, it's just gonna be one of those races where I just sort of have to take a guess and figure out who's in the lead. And so far, I think my guess has to go with Useless, despite the leaderboard saying otherwise. But I do believe Anas is back into the lead now. We'll ride on board with Trainpig now, who is sort of just amidst of the pack. And as I assumed correctly, this does look like to be starting to turn out to be quite a bit of pack racing. But the lifting is definitely catching a lot of people off guard, I think. And especially into turns 1 and 2. Race control has just confirmed that he's going to start calling out wall riding in a couple of laps. Just wants the starting chaos to subdue itself. Meanwhile, Anas and Useless are battling for the lead side by side. Nathan just behind the two of them, and Dilge just behind him. A little bit hard to commentate on a race where the cars are just popping all over the place, but unfortunately, that's my job, so here we are. But I do believe Useless will hold on to the lead for this lap, unless Anas is down his inside, which he might have been. There's still side by side. The leaderboard says there's nothing between the two, and honestly, visually speaking, when I'm able to see it, I think I agree. They're still side by side. Going into turns 3 and 4. And the pack is starting to clear up a lot, starting to spread out, especially towards the front. Timing board says Useless has the lead now across the line. Anna still almost side by side with him, though I think he just barely got the lead this time out of turn 2. I mean, there is not a lot I can say about what I'm looking at, because all I'm looking at is seeing two cars side by side and one car just stops in its place. So a little bit hard to commentate on this.
Meanwhile, towards the back, we have 3 cars going wide. Jesus.
Yeah, a lot of action in the back.
Couple others, eh?
Sorry to interrupt
They're moving
you.
so fast.
It's also weird, the timing board just says that Doge is all the way in the back, hasn't even finished the lap, and he's right there in 3rd place now. So not sure what's going on there. the leaders are starting to finally calm down a little bit. Somehow Dilch is considered a lap down, however, I do think that's just a glitch in the system. Onoz will have the lead now over Useless, however, Useless does seem to be able to have the pace to keep up with him. And there we see Dilch go from a lap down to 20 seconds down, so he has been put back onto the lead lap, so it was just a technical issue.
I have to say, I'm noticing that Dilch has a decent bit of pace as well. So we might see something coming back from here soon.
Yeah, that would... I'm pretty sure Dilge would love to agree with your statement there. I mean, with the two leaders obviously battling it out as well, it's only gonna be a while until they start slowing... It won't be too long until they start slowing each other down, and Dilge is able to start catching up with them. And we will go off-board... We'll go off the onboard. I don't know what I'm trying to say. We're just going to go with a stationary camera now to watch these two leaders. I mean, they're popping and lagging and everything all over the place. Not really able to commentate on much here, but I do say Onoz will still have the lead, I think, going into turns 1 and 2. And the slow car just passed the camera. Not sure what that's all about. Oh man. I mean, if it's this bad for for us, I can only imagine what it has to be like for the drivers right now as well.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. I have my camera feed has cut out twice.
Oh, that's always good. That's always great. Always a good thing. I do believe Pepper is towards the back of this massive pack here battling. I did see for a moment they were 3 wide as well. Let's see if we can get a shot of that action going past here. 2 wide now towards the back. Decent pack racing, but at the front is a completely different story. Completely spread out and away from really any danger. Well, now we have a bit of a battle for 3rd place going on. Dilge, I don't think, has the draft of the 2 leaders anymore. However, the 2 cars behind him have been able to catch on to his. So we might be seeing a battle for P3 here in a moment as this battle for the lead continues on, but Onoz will hold on to the lead still. Onoz, your new championship leader after the entry from ET. Definitely enjoying the sight of seeing both Findsy and Pepper far down the order. I mean, timing board says there's once again nothing between Useless and Onoz. Unfortunately, I'm unable to confirm or deny what this what the timing board has to say. Now, what has happened to Nathan? Or has he been struck by the same glitch as earlier? I would have to assume that is the case. But for at the moment, Nathan appears to be a lap down according to our timing screens.
Oh boy. If I get a warning.
I would have to assume probably wall riding.
Oh. They have. For the record, I also just got an updated list from our sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go on.
I'm
You got
100% back into space.
Oh, Neymar's in the pits.
Wow.
So, is this some sort of undercut, or are the tires wearing out that quickly, I wonder? I did hear from multiple drivers that the tire wear was kind of non-existent, so... On us with the lead now.
On our drivers, if you may have ever need it.
Alrighty. So, after Neymar pits, she will be the first driver to actually be a lap down. I mean, this is some severe wall riding from Anna's there. Through turns 1 and 2, not sure if race control will say anything about that. Oh, well, I did mention it, and there goes race control mentioning it. There's minor like tapping the wall here and there in the turns, which a lot of drivers do out of the exit of these corners, I think. But then there's just just full-on wall riding there, from what we were able to tell. A little hard to tell if he is wall riding or not, considering all the cars are just all over the place on my screen.
Yeah, understandable.
I'm going to try and do something to try and alleviate some of that wonkiness, but obviously there's no guarantee that that did anything. So, oh well. So far, I will have to say that that did not do anything. Timing board says useless as the lead, however, I am pretty sure I definitely saw Anaz in the lead, so I do think that there are going to be a couple of appeals at the end of this race if anyone's still side by side. And I mean, I did talk about Dilge. He was out of the draft of the leaders a few laps ago. Might be starting to catch back up to them now. Said there was going to be a battle for third place, however, not anymore. Yus is far out into the lead now. Actually has formed quite a decent gap. I think Lana's might have made a mistake somewhere along the line. And actually, I do think Dilge is close enough to have Anaz's draft, and he might even be close enough to battle him for second place here. We'll have to wait and see. But just visually trying to be able to tell, it does look like Dilge is right back into this battle for the lead. I mean, would that be something, a Dilge win? However, he is starting to wall. He is starting to wall ride just a little bit. So I wonder if the tire wear is kicking in, or if that's just him trying to and struggling to stay on pace. Not sure. We're right on board with Dilge though. I mean every podium position is basically within a second of each other according to the timing screen. Oh man. Well then now Anos has caught right back up to useless. At least I think he has. I still cannot tell. I'm lagging horrendously. But I do believe that Anos is starting to catch back up to useless. Or Dilge is starting to catch. I really can't tell anymore. Manta has been told that he's on his last verbal warning. So I do believe penalty points might start to be awarded.
Yeah, I can't say I've heard of Manta before up until this point.
You are incredibly incorrect.
I do not recognize the name.
I have terrible news, my friend. You are not cooking. You are not cooking, as the kids say these days.
Hey, I'm just saying. At least in the champion supporter, he's in 30th, so maybe there's a reason I haven't heard of him.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
I do apologize if you happen to hear this, Manta. I am only throwing a little bit of
Now,
shade.
where has Daniel came from? Oh my goodness. I have not been paying attention to Daniel, apparently, because he is up into the podium. Oh, I think Daniel's up into the wall there in turn 2. Some sort of contact, I wasn't able to catch it, but contact into the wall. That slowed down Dilge as well. Some sort of race control message there that I'm not able to see who it was directed to. Useless still leads.
Oh, with a purple warning. Up 40 in. What did he... I'm curious as to what he did.
Now, I know I have done a few commentators' curses, however, we are approaching the halfway point and there have not been that many incidents besides Daniel going up into the wall there just a lap or two ago. And I'm wondering if this will be one of the few races that we have where absolutely no cautions or anything come out. I mean, I guess if... Oh, excuse me, if there's a track for it, I guess this would be the track that it happens at. I think Daniel has just sort of put Dilge into the wall a little bit there in turn 2 to allow him to get up and start heading towards the podium positions. Cynical now on his last warning. I do think that the tires are starting to wear out now because a lot of drivers are starting to really rely on wall riding to keep pace. We will go on board with Daniel, who is starting to catch up to the leaders. I mean, I knew Dilge was making a comeback, Daniel from out of nowhere, from like P4 to now P2, when the leaders were starting to run away with it. I mean, he's up in this battle for the lead now. He's on the inside of Useless. For a moment, I thought there was a move on, but there was no. Actually, there has been. He's been able to overtake Useless out of turn 2. However, Anas is now looking down his inside. At least from what I'm able to tell. And I do think Daniel now has the lead. No, Anas has the lead. Anas just lagged behind for me for a second. And Anas will have the lead, but now Daniel will have P2.
I have to say, seen some not great driving from Pepper while riding turn 1. I'm curious as to if race control will be taking care of that.
I like
he's actually pitting. Pepper is pitting.
Oh, so Pepper pit. So more green flag pit stops, it seems. And I do believe that my theory of the tire wear is correct. Now, is this going to be a good stop? It seems to be a pretty standard stop so far. And it is a decent stop, at least in terms of what it could be. We'll go back on board with Daniel, who now has pressure from Dilge behind. Anna's starting to run away with the lead a little bit as well. I saw Daniel's car bounce up and I did not see a car near him. So, I mean, if that tells you about how bad the lag is around here for me, then there you go. And I think even more contact between Daniel and either Useless or Dilge, and really not able to tell.
Train Pig.
So Train Pig pits now. And Cynical as well. So we are starting to see some more green flag pit stops. And that was about as obvious of a wall ride as you can get from Daniel there to turns 2. An immediate warning from race control as well. Oh, now he gets sort of gets a little bump from behind going into turns 3. 0 in the pits now. And I do think the tire wear is starting to become quite unbearable for these leaders, but I don't think any of them want to give up their position. Kimmy and Neymar are catching up to the leaders now as well. And oh, Daniel's going to be pitting. Daniel slows down. He's going to be pitting, and into the pits he goes.
Cynical just had one of the rejoins of all time.
Oh.
Yeah, cutting off Fanta, I believe.
Oh, that's not. Well, we'll have to see. I would love to see what happened there. I was unable to catch it. Daniel in the pits and King in the pits as well. I was about to say Train Pig in the lead, and I remember he's a lap down now. Or about to be a lap down at least. So Dilge leads. Kimmy is now battling for this lead as well. What? Oh, and I think someone's pitting. I don't know who it was. It might have been Kimmy, but Kimmy missed the pit road. So Kimmy went to dive into the pits and just was not able to slow it down in time. Really unfortunate for him. And I mean, that's about as bad as it can get for you this race, I think. Is missing the pit lane. I mean, he had way too much speed. He wouldn't have been able to make it anyways. But unfortunate for Kimmy, now he has to wait almost an entire lap, or really an entire lap to pit. If he does pit, at least he might try to recover. Now Neymar way on the outside of Useless and Dilge. Onod's into the pits now, so we are starting to see green flag pit stops from the leaders. Oh, and I think contact between Dilge and Neymar, that puts Dilge into the wall, and Neymar up ahead, battling for the lead, at the moment at least, between Useless. And it's really a question of how long do our current leaders wait to pit. Anna's just now exiting the pits. Just now exiting the pits. He'll be right behind Dilge, but a lap down. And Dilge really low. He's gonna shoot right up the track, hard into the wall. But he's able to keep it going. He might be pitting. So is Useless. So there you go. There's basically the rest of your leaders besides Neymar. And I would be very surprised if we did not see Neymar pit this lap as well. I mean, she's starting to wall ride pretty hard. Just a little bit here and there. Now Useless and Dilge battling it out of the pit lane. Didn't really notice that Dilge was in the pits, I'll be honest. But so Useless will essentially be your race leader here once everyone does do their pit stops.
Oh, Pepper is severely wall riding turn 2.
Neymar gets a warning. Tire definitely kicking in now. But Useless will be your leader once everyone makes their pit stops, and maybe not for long, as Anaz looks for an open window on the outside, but just not able to get it done.
I'd be surprised if we don't see some pits from Daniel, Pepper, and possibly Kimmy as well again here soon.
Maybe.
Even though they did just pit.
I would not doubt that someone will try to stop. I mean, especially looking at it, I mean, I don't think these drivers have lost that much time with the tire wear. I mean, besides Neymar, who has Useless and Anaz catching up at a rapid rate behind her. I'm surprised she has not gone to the pits, really. But I don't see a benefit in a two-stop. You lose time, yeah, but it's a little hard. Someone will be able to work it out. Neymar now basically under a second. And now Useless goes under her to turn 2 and into the lead. maybe they go side by side for a moment into turns 3 and 4. Neymar might be fighting this, which is a little ill-advised when you have a pack of drivers on fresh tires compared to yours. Oh my goodness, excuse me. And, I mean, to no surprise at all, Neymar has lost basically every position to the pack that was behind her.
Yeah, that was quite unfortunate to watch.
Yeah. Alright, I shouldn't. I opened chat and all I see is Neymar thinks she's Alban. Alright. Alright, thanks, Race Control.
Should not be looking behind her.
Anyway.
Pepper right now.
Oh.
Oh, Neymar is pitting.
So, Neymar did an early pit stop. It definitely worked out, but the tire wear just too much for her to continue battling for the lead. So Useless will be your leader, and Anas has quite a bit of work to do to catch up to him. Actually, Useless was into the wall. I don't even know, it just flew in person. Sorry. Something flew, I don't know. Useless into the wall out of turn 3. Slowed him down.
Might be looking at a warning here soon.
Maybe. And I mean,
while riding to turn 1.
Useless in the lead still. Anna's able to catch up to him because of a mistake. Zero gets a warning, and for a moment I thought the rest of the pack that is behind Anna's was catching up to him. However, that is not the case. Going through turns 3 and 4, he still has a decent gap. And we will go back on board with Doge, if I can find his name. There it is. Doge has pressure behind him from Nathan and Daniel. And I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Nathan has been really outperforming everyone else on his team. Just really carrying his team to where they are in the constructors at the moment. I mean, he's in a really decent position in the driver's standings as well. I mean, get a couple of wins under his belt. I mean, he could be champion by the end of the season. We'll have to wait and see. Time will tell how good of a driver Nathan is. But until then, he has to worry about Doge on his inside into turns 1 and 2. Daniel or Nathan. Excuse me, Nathan gets a warning there. Or final warning, I should say. I start talking good about Nathan, then he gets a warning. Of course, commentator's curse, as I like to call it. We'll actually go on board with Nathan here, who is in P3 at the moment, at least from what I'm able to tell. No, he's not. Dill just overtook him. So, still a very active battle for the last position on the podium.
I'm noticing the Mercedes duo.
Oh, here we go.
As I'm going to be calling them.
Here we go.
They have been doing a little bit more while riding as well lately.
Oh my.
I am genuinely curious to see how long until they get into some deep water with the race control.
I do need to go for a moment, so I will just leave you guys alone with my co-commentator. I'll be right back. We will remain on board with Nathan. And yeah, I'll be right back.
Alright then. Well, Cynical getting another warning. Or actually his first warning. As I mentioned, the Mercedes duo might be getting into some deep water with the race control. Anna is getting a warning. Oh dear.
Oh boy. Oh, I have returned. And oh goodness, I'm gonna burp and it's gonna be really embarrassing on recording, but oh well. I feel it coming. Anyways, Yus is still in the lead with Anna's a lot closer behind him than I'm sure he would want him to be. Oh, there it goes. Excuse me.
And my camera has decided to cut out on me again.
That's unfortunate. Race control Race control trying to save some Race control is not having a good time with the admin system. Now I think Arnold's might be down the inside of Eustace in the turns 1 and 2. Eustace might be trying to commit to a bit of a switchback move. But I don't think it's gonna work for him. Arnold will be your new leader. And Nathan has Kimmy on his inside. Oh, big contact between the two. Both of them go into the wall. Very slow. That's gonna give a lot more room for the leaders to work with. And we will go on board with Useless. Or, excuse me, we will go on board with Onaz. I couldn't... I forgot. Oh, man. So Onaz, I think, will be your new leader. I thought that was Fanta stopped on track, but it was just a little bit of a lag burst there. Race control informing Fanta that the leaders are approaching. The leaders are approaching Neymar as well, so Neymar actually kind of slowed down the front stretch as well. But trying to get on the inside, just get out of the way of the leaders, who all took a very high line. Well, we'll stay on board with Onaz. Onaz might be taking this as a bit of a blessing if Fanta's able to get out of the way at the right time. Onaz facing pressure from behind from Useless, just needs to keep it clean now. Especially with the draft of the car ahead of him. Now Kimmy is up into P3 and very close behind to Useless. And now Fanta might need to start thinking about getting out of the way here pretty soon. And there he goes down to the apron to get out of the way of the leaders. Anna's still with a pretty decent gap in the lead. Kimmy now battling side by side with Eustace for P2, and he might have actually gotten a better run and may have gotten the move done.
Oh dear.
And now Doge has a warning to his name as well. A lot of warnings this race.
No one is safe on this track in terms of warnings.
Yeah. Race control definitely putting a lot more effort into punishing drivers. Oh. I'm gonna keep going to mornings anyways. Sorry, race control. Anyways, Kimmy now into the lead. I missed that overtake because someone decided to text me. Anna's... And I can't really call out one person for wall riding there because all of them did it. So, what in the world? Anna's and Kimmy contact into the wall. That's gonna slow down Kimmy, and that's gonna put Anna's into the lead. By a lot, really. And race control not happy one bit, giving Anna's... I have learned that the numbers that race control keeps yelling are actually penalty points against their license. So I'm gonna keep going to morning because they're easier that way anyways. A little bit of a warning to Anaz for a reckless move into the lead. Kimmy down into P4, and Kimmy will not be happy with that move, I imagine. really good battle for the lead, and then I think Arnold's just overshot it into the turn, made awkward contact with slowed down Kimmy and put him down into P4. Dilge up into P3 and Yusuf's basically up the bumper of Anna's going down the backstretch. I do feel bad for Kimmy. I mean, he definitely looked like he had a shot for the win, but contact happens, and I mean, a warning was given. So up to see, we are 3 to go here at Homestead, and Useless and Anna's have basically been battling for the lead this entire race. However, now it looks like Useless has it. I mean, if he had that decent of a gap with White Flag in there, he would be happy. However, this gap could... I mean, this race could really be anyone's between himself and Anna's. However, a 1 second gap now. Not entirely sure what caused them to spread out that much. 2 to go here in Miami. And Useless might have this win in the bag. And it might not be over yet, as now Kimmy and Dild start to catch up to Anna's quite a bit. Anna's might be suffering from a lot of tire wear. White Flag in the air, and Kimmy is up into P2, and Anna's really having the wall ride to keep on pace with the two of them. And I think Dilge might have had a bad turn too. When he heard his engine, he was a lot slower, and now Anna's looking for the inside of Kimmy, trying desperately to get that P2. Useless will come across the line to win here in Homestead, and Kimmy will take P2. Anna's will take P3, at least in my eyes he did. Timing board says differently. So we will have to wait and see. And race control has confirmed Kimmy did take P2. All the drivers just crossed the line, so it has reset the leaderboard, so hopefully he got a screenshot or something, or else I'm gonna have to be looking through my footage. And here's your race winner, Useless. I think his first win of the season as well. Really strong performance. He was able to keep that battle going with Anna's for a while. For basically the majority of the race. And now here he is. We don't have a podium here at Homestead, but we do have a winner, who unfortunately is driving a Red Bull car, so quite a familiar sight. Anyways, we will get our character out of the void. Yeah, that's like the untrack command doesn't work. So here is your race winner, Useless, celebrating his win. His first win of the season. And I mean, really strong performance from him. Not just from him, a strong performance from Anna's as well. Just, I guess, some sort of tire wear issue towards the end allowed Kimmy to get up to P2. Almost allowed Dilch to get up into P3, but some sort of mistake in turn 2 on the final lap stopped them from progressing.
I do apologize, but I will be having to leave a little bit early.
Don't worry.
It's not really early, it is to finish.
Yeah, we are sort of done anyway. I was about to do the outro anyways.
Alrighty.
Oh, this building does not have Collide on it.
Oh, y'all, I will be going now. You have fun with the intro. Or
intro? Yeah, intro. Yeah, intro.
Okay, I better go now. Bye.
Yeah, really strong performance from Useless and Anna's, and really good comeback from Kimmy there at the end to get up into the podium as well. Race winners and race losers. This race, unfortunately, I think Pepper and Findsy finish a little lower down the order than they really probably would have hoped. But unfortunately, that's just how it goes. We will catch you next time as we head towards Mid-Ohio for round 12 of the Pummu Indycar series. And thank you all for watching. And of course, we will see you all next time.